Catch a cheater or be a cheater. Chapter 1. Catch a cheater or be a cheater. How will I know he's cheating? The classic signs are that he changes his routine and changes his behavior towards you. He either becomes super vigilant to your needs or starts showing signs of classic contempt. Here are some possible clues. A strange key on his keyring. Accuses you of cheating on him. Always has cell phone with him. Answers in monosyllables or the silent treatment. Avoids any kind of contact. Becomes vain. Becomes distant. Behavior change, either very calm or very irritated, either very critical or very apathetic. Buys a new love CD. Buys sexy stuff like sexy underwear. Cable bill shows a romantic comedy rental the night you visited your mother. Changes passwords frequently. Charges his phone somewhere else, guards his phone, takes it into bathroom when showering. Claims to work late. Claims to work overtime but his salary is the same. Covers up his gray hair. Deletes his call history and messages, deletes computer history. Doesn't want to go out anymore. Either wants to trade minivan for other car or wants his own car. Feminine perfume smell in car. Find a blanket and extra clothes in the trunk. Frivolous expenses on his credit card like restaurants, purchases from gift-type boutiques. Get a parking ticket in the mail from somewhere he never goes to in daily routine. Gets hair loss treatments. Hang-ups, his girl is calling him at the house hoping he answers. Hear stories about him out on the town. Hides his body, could be hiding hickey. His friends give lame excuses for where he is. His work friends and personal friends seem to be trying to tell you something without being rats. Lipstick on his clothes, not yours. Loses interest in long-term plans like building a new garage or next summer holidays. Might start smoking pot. Never leaves his laptop or iPad unattended. New email accounts. Obsession with fitness, health, losing weight. Opens a new bank account or PayPal account for himself. Out of guilt or overcompensation, suddenly showers you with gifts. Passenger mirror has been adjusted, mistress applying makeup. Passenger seat is adjusted in car. Puts his iPhone on vibrate so you don't hear it ringing. Radio has pop music. Secret cell phone, secret credit card, secret apartment that you discover by chance. Seeks out love themes in choice of entertainment. Seems terse, preoccupied. Sex with you either goes way up, trying new stuff or way down. Starts smoking and / or drinking. Starts getting stingy with money for the kids and house. Starts acting like character in movie American Beauty, a kind of regression back to youth. Starts dressing better. Stops going to church. Strange cigarette butt brands in car ashtray. Suddenly has more overnight business trips. Suddenly attentive, dutifully calls, says where he is, which is probably a lie. They now have GPS cell phone tracking. Takes up hobbies that take him away, could be a fake hobby as a cover for cheating. Takes you out to a new place and a stranger or two recognizes him. Takes phone calls in the basement. Tries to get you to go out and meet new people. Tries to avoid you. Tries to get you to get a job. Unknown number on your phone bill, he says it's a work number, call it. Uses different slang, imitating his girlfriend. Wants you to use birth control. Wears cologne for the first time. Wears a new tie or watch, could be gift from girlfriend. Wears new fashionable clothes. What he said was once cute now bothers him. When you enter a room, he leaves. Withdrawn. Woman answers when you press redial or previous call. Won't wear what you buy for him. You leave on a trip, when you come back you find sheets changed, bathroom, bedroom cleaned up, strange behavior from lazy husband. You see men's lifestyle magazines laying around like Maxim. Find condoms in the glove compartment. I can tell he is cheating. 1. Don't tell, but if you're caught, deny, deny, deny. Women want to be deceived rather than know the truth. If you plan to have an affair, don't lie to the proposed recipient about your marital status. Some women want to have affairs with married guys, some don't. In any event, if you lie upfront, they will be mad at you. Many women who have been cheated on in the past get trust issues where they're paranoid about whether their new lovers are cheating on them. You have to trust them but still do the covert things like wait until he sleeps and then go through his wallet, computer, laptop, car, etc. But if you're too paranoid, you will chase men away. The biggest cover is going out with same-sex friends. Get to know his friends, then ask them about the nights he was supposed to be with them. Be tactful, like pretend you're asking innocuous social questions. If a guy buys you gifts out of the blue, it could be guilt on his part. If somebody's cheating or you suspect them of cheating, look at yourself. Maybe you're such a frumpy hag that you drove them there. Guys will deny, and try to make you feel guilty for not trusting them. Many women go to pieces when they find out somebody is cheating. You must play it cool, let go of the guy and move on. Don't go out with a cheater in the first place. If a guy is a little bit of a sleaze, he will cheat if the opportunity presents itself. Clothes can be a giveaway. The human nose can pick up the scent of perfume or a different cologne. Look the clothes over for lipstick stains and check his pockets too. Ask yourself if your marriage is really good or dull. You must not live in denial. Be aware of what's going on between the two of you. The biggest indicator that your beau is having an affair is if they suddenly seem to lose sexual interest in you, or the sex seems more hurried, less necessary, less intense. Or suddenly it may be more intense sex, new positions, everything. He may be practicing on you so that he will be a better lover with his mistress. Virtually all affairs start with small flirtations and work their way up. If your spouse is a flirt, watch him. It's all about mood and general demeanor. Cheating people either get more upbeat, try to stay neutral to cover it up, try to withdraw from spouse for future divorce, overcompensate by being phony charming to spouse, or show off to their spouse in a swaggering way with their new secret. Most affairs cause a person to perk up in general but not really directed on you. He drifts away in spirit. He starts working out, dieting, etc. She buys new clothes, new underwear, lingerie, new hairstyles, new music, new fashions, extra care in grooming, a general, overall zest in life. Look for hickeys, scratches on the back and other love marks. He may start hanging out in bars or strip clubs. Smell him when he comes home for signs of perfume. Perhaps he immediately goes for the shower to try to wash it away. He may lose interest in family life and the kids. Watch out if your spouse is obsessed with the internet. He could be having an online romance. I know one guy who joined the National Guard and used that as his excuse to take off on the weekends. Check the bank account statements to see what he's spending his money on. He could suddenly get cold and nasty and try to sabotage the relationship, or he could go to the other extreme and be extra nice, giving you gifts but now without that intuitive warmth he's supposed to feel. He's trying to cover up. Many cheaters suddenly get silent, closing off normal communications with the spouse. He could suddenly have all manner of business meetings at odd hours and suddenly start traveling for business reasons. He isn't really traveling, just spending time at his girl's house across town. He will be more moody and tired from his double life. He could start working late, join a social club as a cover, go out golfing or out with the boys, acting extra nice, apologizing for simple things to mask over feelings of guilt. They might, all of a sudden, have a new, unknown same-sex friend from work that they're spending time with. They might make and take important business calls at home in private. He may suddenly buy his own cellular phone even though he doesn't really need one. You might get hang-up telephone calls which are from his new girlfriend. The passenger seat in his car may have been adjusted. There may be cigarette butts or different brands' cigarette butts in the car ashtray. A man's car trunk is his hiding place. His place of work is his second. Even his garage workshop could be a hiding place for incriminating evidence. People give off unconscious body vibes. If you're tuned in, you can pick up on them. It could be something like, "I'm available, come get me," or "Life is great, I'm in love again." He may suddenly change his life pattern, hang out less with old friends, lose interest in his favorite hobby, not go hunting with the boys on the weekend like he usually does, etc. He may become interested in new trends, start listening to young rock and roll, buy hip magazines, sex magazines, etc. He may, in fact, not be having an affair but contemplating one. Secretly check the mileage meter on the car and determine if he's driving more than just to and from work. Are the credit card bills up? Check his phone bill. If he's got a cellular phone, get a hold of the bill. Buy a scanner and listen in. Of course, these may all be regular things of life, it's hard to read, but generally you have to rely on instinct. I knew one guy with his 3-kid suburban family who'd throw his golf clubs in the car, pretend he was going golfing, then drive straight to his girlfriend's house. It could all be innocent, so don't be too paranoid, just do some of your own detective work. He may be so smooth that when you bring it up, he just throws it back in your face and accuses you of not trusting him. There are nasty, coy ways cheaters try to wiggle out of a marriage and keep all the assets. He may get a new post office box and start getting his mail delivered there. He may start rerouting funds and hiding money, or become concerned about you spending it. Don't be above becoming a snoop and investigating your husband. Go to a spy store and check out miniature hidden cameras and bugs like for the phone. Secretly check the car out for telltale signs like the adjusted passenger seat, cigarette butts in the ashtray, stuff on the floor, etc. Check your husband's pockets, his briefcase, workshop, etc. Get a friend and follow him around. Spy on him when he walks out of his building at work. Do regular surveillance on him. Hire a detective to tail him for a few days, $50 to $100 an hour, or do it yourself with a friend. If he's cheating, chances are he will go and visit her at least once in 3 days, so 3 days is all you need. There are professional decoy services that some people are using to test their spouses, wherein a phony flirt goes and tries to entice them with a "come on." You could hire a private investigator to check out your suspicions. One woman who suspected her husband was cheating on the internet went on using his name/handle, went to chat rooms and sent emails to his online friends, flirting around with them, calling, making statements and asking questions that gave her a feel for how chummy he was with these girls. One woman came home, saw different hair in her hairbrush and strange hair fibers in her bed, so she picked them up and used that as the basis that her husband was cheating on her in divorce court. She got a professional to analyze the hair fibers and say they were distinct from her or her husband's, and nobody else was supposed to be in the house. She had both the skin on the end of a hair follicle and the bed sheets analyzed for bodily secretions and found both his DNA fluid and somebody else's, which was not hers. DNA tests cost several $100s. In order to legally protect yourself from affairs, you could write up a prenuptial agreement that sees if one cheats, the other is entitled to the house and car in a divorce settlement or something like that. Once you find out he's cheating, you have to find out with who, because there are different levels of intensity. A guy who uses escorts or goes to strip bars is a low-level cheater. He probably just wants sex and the marriage can be saved. The regular sex addict probably wants his main squeeze at home but needs sex with different girls to satisfy this hobby. The guy with the mistress probably wants both you and his mistress. Many wives accept their husband with his mistress as long as he's discreet and keeps coming back home. The most dangerous cheater is the one with a new girlfriend who's at least 10 years younger than you. She's got the youth he wants, so get what you can in the divorce settlement. If you hire a pie and can prove adultery, that's all the better for you in divorce court. I can tell he is cheating too. Life never turns out the way you plan it. As I already said, if a guy is not sizzling for you, he doesn't love you, so why bother? Don't live in delusions. When you think he's cheating, Don't live in the delusion that you think he isn't. When he leaves you, don't live in the delusion that he will come back or that he will take care of you financially like he said he would. A guy who is cheating is trying to cover his tracks, but he can't because he is giving off an unconscious vibe and doing unconscious things. He's trying hard to keep everything normal, but he giving off a distance vibe and unconsciously trying to push the wife away, either because he is thinking of leaving her or because he feels guilty about the affair. A lot of men get picky at the wife and try to make her feel like she deficient, weak, fat, crazy, mentally ill or something like that in order to displace their cheating, take it out on her and start to put a wedge in the relationship in anticipation of a divorce. When someone cheats, they can't help but feel more euphoric than they did before. If your husband is generally more upbeat and happier for no apparent reason, you know why. As men age, they feel bored, constricted, and scared that life is passing them by. If you can't keep a guy reined in all the time by your charms, beauty and manner, he will start to fantasize about other women. Absence doesn't make the heart fonder. It makes it stray. You have to keep connected to a guy emotionally in order to stay close to him. When the guy starts to feel misunderstood and taken for granted, he will start to think about straying. Many cheating scenarios are 50 to 50, 50% caused because life at home is dull, 50% caused because the guy is out there working or doing something and he meets a girl who is somewhat attracted to him. Many guys will not cheat unless prompted by a girl who gives them the signal. Follow the money. If he seems to be bringing home less or carrying more cash around, he could be cheating. Try to look at his financial records, pay stubs, etc. Look around for statements from hidden accounts. When a guy gets emotionally distant, hides his money, starts carrying more cash around and brings his wife reasonably expensive gifts for no apparent reason when he has not been known to do this much before, ask him if he's cheating. When a guy cheats, he might want to leave you, he might not. Most guys fall in love with their new beau and want to leave their wives. It should be quite easy to detect this because he will be trying to distance himself from you and look for a good opportunity to drop the bomb, so to speak, and tell you he's out of there, leaving you. He might lie and say it's not because of an affair but because he wants to be alone. Try to get the truth. Let him go. You can't stop him anyway, then ignore what he says about taking care of you and the kids and try to get control of your life and finances as a single. Don't live under the delusion that he will come back. Move on. The main signs are: change of usual routine, leave early, coming home later. More time spent away from home under the pretense of work, new hobby, new sport, etc. Change of usual behavior, better clothes, more attention to grooming. Longer absences, no reason. Change in telephone habits. Is now secretive about phone calls, gets a cell phone, doesn't call you at the regular time anymore. Is unreachable at times even if he has a cell phone. Check cell phone for saved messages and recently dialed numbers. Check email. If he claims to be working late, go to the office with a meal to see if he's there. Money starts disappearing or he gets tied with you spending money on the usual stuff like food because he wants it for his affair. Things are missing, not necessarily valuable things but a few cups, his favorite tools, his sporting goods, his spare computer monitor. He's slowly moving out. Friday and Mondays are the biggest times to cheat, one last time for the week and to start the week off after a break from the lover. They dress nicer. Take business trips alone. Is he all of a sudden secretive in nature? Does he overcompensate for his cheating by meticulously telling you every movement he makes without you even asking him? Accuses you of having an overactive imagination. The cell phone bill lists every call you make. Get a hold of it. A lot of married men take their wedding rings off then forget them in the car ashtray. Check the speedometer of the car to monitor how many miles he travels. Calls you to tell his whereabouts, whereas before when he wasn't cheating, he didn't bother. Look for the paperwork, credit card bills, what are the checks he writes, does he have hotel receipts, receipts for the purchase of lingerie when he didn't give you any, restaurant credit card slips, etc. Broken promises. Vague about whereabouts. Gets mad when you ask him a simple question like where was he? Money disappears, no reason. Paper trail, credit card receipts, phone bill, hotel bills, restaurant bills, lingerie bills, not for you, flower bills, not for you, gas station credit card charges on the other side of the town which he has no reason to be at, etc. Email directory, go to spectrepro.com, spectresoft.com to spy on his computer. You feel it intuitively. The emotional connection is lost. Distance from family, family activities, even the kids. May overcompensate for feelings of guilt like buying you gifts or taking you out. Starts working late/overtime. Phone calls to home, hang up when you answer. Does he need to walk the dog more, go to the gym more, or go to the store to buy something like a newspaper? Lots of time on internet. Strange bill on credit card like flowers and you don't get any, or hotel bill. A lot of withdrawals from ATM. Unexpected sudden business trips. New hobby like golf or the National Guard, could be fake. New cell phone, new pager, takes messages in private. Spends time entertaining clients or in bars in general. Hides out when he uses the phone so you don't hear him. Phone calls to your home, hang up when you answer. Hides phone bill. Gets phone bill sent to work address. Do you smell perfume on him? Does he now live an emotional roller coaster kind of dramatic, trying to burn the candle at both ends with you and somebody else? Doesn't wear wedding ring. New sexual techniques. Lifestyle changes, changes in eating and sleeping habits. Many men cheat in the early morning. They go to the girlfriend's place for an hour before work. Overall change in sexual performance, either good or bad. More romantic with you to cover up affair or because he feels guilty. Drifting away from you. Doesn't seem to care. You're faithful but get an STD. His friends seem to know something you don't know and are standoffish when you talk to them. Does he get the male version of a makeover, buying new clothes, exercising, trying different colognes? Does he now seem isolated to you? Does he want to trade in the SUV or treat himself to a new sports car? New clothes, new attitude, tries extra hard to look good. Tries to get in shape and be trendy by reading current youth-oriented magazines. Watches MTV and other youth-oriented shows to try to get the groove. Smells like cigarettes, perfume, or booze on clothes or in car. Lipstick on his clothes. Does he buy you gifts because he feels guilty about cheating on you? Is he jittery in public with you, worried lest someone see him and notice he's not with his other girlfriend or coming across someone who blurts something inappropriate out? Seems preoccupied, probably in deep thought contemplating his cover-up.